Hey guys, Scott here. More discussion on setting the whole meta level for Elden Ring. Again, this is just for PvP. If you're doing PvE, ignore all this stuff. You just do whatever you want. But for PvP, probably the most common counterpoint I see is that if you stay like at 120 or something, we're not going to be able to hit all the soft caps for our respective damaging stats. And I think one of the big misconceptions with that is people think I'm not understanding that. The point is I'm counting on that. I don't think we should be hitting the stat caps that this game now allows you to do. I think they're too high. And if we look at Dark Souls 3, let's compare this to Dark Souls 3, which had a pretty good time to kill ratio, right? I think it was kind of agreed towards, for the whole game's life, that the damage to life ratio was overall pretty good. So I think that's sort of what we should be kind of focusing on, because let's face it, one of the most common complaints about PvP in Elden Ring is that shit does so much damage. Damage from everybody is massively overtuned. Like, compared like the Exile Greatsword's weapon art to, the Bloodhound Finesse, and just compare the damage. It's like, it's not even close. So even similar attacks are doing way, way more damage than they did in Dark Souls 3. But the thing is, we don't have more health. And this is the whole point. Our health is exactly the same as it was in Dark Souls 3. So why do we want to have significantly more damage when our health hasn't changed? It's just going to make fights go, oh, I messed up and ate a weapon art, now I'm dead. Like, I don't think basing the fights around having one-shots and stuff is going to matter very much. And you can put on all the armor and stuff you want, but a lot of this shit just ignores it, and it does so much damage. Like, let me show you exactly what I mean here with just pure numbers again, because I like having evidence to what I'm talking about. So let's compare the Bloodhound's Fang, which is, I think, the best curved greatsword in this game, with the Exile Greatsword, which is the best curved greatsword in Dark Souls 3 in terms of raw damage. So let's actually look at the Exile Greatsword right now. So at a standard capped out strength and dexterity build with a refined Exile Greatsword, you have 609 AR, which is a pretty hefty attack. It's 609 attack rating. Again, we're all going to have basically the same amount of health at this point. So between Elden Ring and this game, we have the same health. So it's 609 AR. Now let's look what happens when I just push it to 40-40. This is way below what people think we should have in Elden Ring. So at 40-40 already, we're at 739. It's already 130 higher AR than the best curved greatsword in the entirety of Dark Souls 3 in terms of pure physical damage. So we're already doing more damage, even with values that people are saying, no, we need to make these even higher, because 40 is not the soft cap. You need to go to 60 or 80. The thing is, we shouldn't be aiming for that, because we're already doing so much damage with this. Now look what happens if I just push this to even 60 and push this a little bit higher too. Now we're at 845. This is like 20% more damage than in Dark Souls 3 at minimum, just with basic attacks. You throw weapon arts into the mix, which have even more multipliers, you're just one-shotting everybody. And that's, to me, not what we should be aiming for. So the whole counter argument people make where, we're not going to be able to hit our soft caps, I'm saying that's the point. We shouldn't be hitting 80 dex or 80 strength in our builds. It's just too much damage. If we had 1,000 more health compared to Dark Souls 3, if we were all running around with 3,000 health or something, completely different story. I would support, having a higher, at least, 30 or something higher levels, right? But we don't. We have the same HP as we always have. So why would you support having way the fuck more damage when you don't have more HP? Fights, you're just going to go, you make a mistake and you're dead. And that's what I don't want to see. Again, I like making comparisons to Dark Souls 3 because I feel like that game had a good damage ratio and a lot of the numbers are, kind of similar. So let's compare the Greatsword. Let's compare a heavy Greatsword in this game to a heavy Greatsword in Dark Souls 3. Now, I need to run outside because you can't two-hand weapons here. It's very, very annoying. But if we compare this to a heavy Greatsword in Dark Souls 3, this has 876 AR with 66 strength. 876. And now we compare that with the Greatsword, heavy Greatsword in Dark Souls 3 with 66 strength again, 622. Again, we have over 250 more AR. With literally the same weapon, we have over 250 more AR using the exact same stats. This is my whole point. Everything just does more damage because weapon upgrades are just bigger, so just everything does more damage. So we should be aiming to have damage ratios that are more aligned with Dark Souls 3 to avoid people just getting one shot in fights, because it's going to just be really dumb in my opinion. I don't want to see that. And maybe you guys do want to see that. Maybe you guys want, fights that last 10 seconds, and that's fine and everything. But The thing is, like, you don't even need all of these stats to reach even more ridiculous amounts, because you have like the whole Flask of Wondrous Physic thing that's going to give you plus 20 stats basically, and you can put that in Strength X or whatever you want, and that'll last probably the entire duel. It's going to be, you know, 3 minutes. If your duel's going on for more than 3 minutes, I feel like something horrible is happening, or someone's turtling with a regen ring or something. I've hosted tournaments and I've been in them. I've seen it happen, but it's not a very common thing. And even if that's the case, it's not like when the flask wears out, you can't attack anymore. You just do 40 less damage because you have less stats. So the whole argument I'm trying to make is that, yes, I understand you can't get to the soft caps of everything, but you shouldn't. We shouldn't be aiming for that to happen as a community, because it's just too much damage. Again, if we had different health, fine, but we don't. We have the same health. We shouldn't have 30% more damage. Fights are just going to go too fast. It's going to come down to getting one shot by weapon arts and things like that. And that's what I don't want to see. That's it for the follow-up. I just wanted to go over that point. That's it. Thanks for watching.